Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to part 25 of the Elden Ring full playthrough walkthrough. In this section of the walkthrough, we are going to clean up Altus Plateau and do everything that we haven't done before going to the capital outskirts. Capital outskirts will be the next video. This is just focused on Altus. So we're going to do the Fallingstar Beast right here. We're going to do the Perfumer's Grotto cave dungeon here. We're going to fight Ancient Dragon Lansseax here. And then we're going to end the video with the Sainted Hero's Grave. I do want to let you know that there is a key item located right here. So I'm going to put a marker on the map right here. I will not get this item until not the next video, the video after that, because it's part of a very important quest line. Deliberately ignoring this little ravine. It's a very important item, but we're leaving it for now. So we're basically just doing 4 things in this video. This should be pretty quick. Just want to do an Altus cleanup video before we go into the capital outskirts. Okay. Show you my stats. I'm using a Yuji Katana plus 20. And let me change this back to a bow. Quick, yep. Longbow. Then I have the Briar set. And then I have the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, the Blessed Dew Talisman, Arsenal Charm plus 1. Flask of Crimson Tears plus 9. We have 11 of those. 1 Flask of Wondrous Physic with a Crimson Crystal Tear and an Opaline Bubble Tear. Then I have the Crystalline Ashes just in case I want to summon. One thing I just remembered, we still have not done the very first dungeon of the game. The Fringefolk Hero's Grave. We haven't done it yet. We'll do that in this video as well. We'll do that as like a bonus at the end. Okay, for now though, let us go to Altus Plateau. Welcome. All right, so first stop is the Fallingstar Beast that we did not kill before. Now, I will not be going up the steps into the capital outskirts. We will do that in the next video. Reason being is because there's a boss encounter there that I want to just leave for that video. I think it just makes more sense to do it that way. Okay. So I'm deliberately just ignoring a lot of these guys. I don't need to fight them. We have one mission here. It's to get to the Fallingstar Beast. Oh. We're going to basically ignore everything else as much as we can. Alright. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a little encampment up here. No? Okay. Alright. Fallingstar Beast. This is not a full-grown Fallingstar Beast. This is just a Fallingstar Beast. So, what we can do is just kill this guy real quick. You do have to be quick, though, because he is sort of summoning the Fallingstar Beast. I don't like fighting these things on torrent. Some people do. That's not my bag. That sort of thing's not my bag, baby. Oh, really? Okay. Why don't you come back over here? I hate fighting these things on slope terrain. It's just a nightmare. I mean, we're at least doing decent damage to this thing. Full grown one was taking barely any damage. I guess we're really doing more damage because our weapon's upgraded this time. Or, not this time, but just more than it was. I mean, I feel like I rolled through that, but if you insist. Okay. I'm sort of going against my rule. I usually don't like fighting him in this pit, but I'm just trying to get this over with. Really don't like these things. Okay. Going for 3 there was a little greedy. Drink up. Wow. I keep thinking it's just going to do like a donkey kick. I'm not expecting the full Monty. Just going to run from this. Ow. That's a grab. You really don't want to get hooked up by that if you can help it. Just dodge late. When it's clicking its pincers, that's when it's going to grab. Yikes, that was bad. That was a late block, and I actually hit it. Okay. Okay. Yes. You're very angry. I know. I can tell. Okay, there's the Fallingstar beast finally. All right, we get Zamor Smithing Stone 5 and Smithing Stone 6 and some Gravity Stone chunks and fans. Very nice. Okay, so we have some materials over here that we can pick up. Nothing major, really. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut across, and we're going to go to the Perfumer's Grotto. I will warn you, though, that there is a bear guarding it. I'm not going to kill it, but just letting you know about it. Okay, so I'm going to be very, very careful because there's a boss there on top of those steps that you don't want to fight just yet. So the bear is somewhere over here. Oh, did we actually avoid it? Cool. All right. Perfumer's Grotto is guarded by a Miranda plant, but we can just go past it. All right. Cool. Perfumer's Grotto, I believe, is an Omenkiller plus a Perfumer. Perfumer's Grotto. Omenkiller and a Miranda flower. Cool, not too bad. Make sure you just have a torch available for that boss fight. All right, so the Perfumer's Grotto is a pretty interesting dungeon. If you recall, when we did another dungeon, that dungeon being Altus Tunnel, you will recall that we encountered this like gravity magic using skull face butterfly thing. Hopefully you recall that because it was pretty unique. And I told you, like, you can't reach it. Don't try to reach it. It's actually part of another dungeon. This is that dungeon. I don't really know why this one's, like, painted. I don't really know the answer to that. Alright. So the living jar shard. Interesting that there's a living jar shard here. Of all places. Okay. Flower ahead. Oh, there's another perfumer behind me. Oh, it's just a mini flower. Okay. Nice, Perfumer robe. I don't know if I ever got that. What does that say? Robe of an Erd Tree Capital Perfumer. The thick front apron embroidered with a depiction of the Erd Tree is proof of mastery of the apothecarial arts, and its weight symbolizes the onus of both pride and responsibility. Cool. Easily missed right here, but... perfume bottle. And another living jar shard. Strange. Okay. Here it is. Here's that crazy looking butterfly thing. Oh, whoops. I thought it was a different attack. That sucked. I thought it was a different attack. Let's take care of it this way. You can melee it while on that branch. It's just difficult. I doubt you can poison this thing. Oh, you can. Cool. Try to get some higher damaging darts here. So what's interesting is that if you kill it, it's a kill once enemy. So if you kill it here, you won't see it in Altus Tunnel. So you can do that if you like. An Arteria leaf. And then yeah, this is the area of Altus Tunnel that had the Arsenal charm. So that's the other side. Pretty cool. How'd you get over there? Oh, this sucks. Wow. That was awful. That was awful. Okay, boss fight time. So, it's an Omenkiller and a Miranda flower. We've fought a million of these things before. Omenkiller's just Capra Demon. We're going to focus on that first and try to keep the Miranda flower lit as best we can. This way we don't have to deal with the poison. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we're kind of, wouldn't say we're OP, but we're definitely stronger than what the game expects us to be here. Okay. Which is fine. I did my best to balance things out a little bit, but truth be told, I should have done this dungeon much earlier in the walkthrough. I like how it screams. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, that's Perfumer's Grotto. You get the Great Omenkiller Cleaver. Which says, the blade of this huge, loathsome cleaver comprises a row of amputated omen horns, weapon of slaughter wielded by omen killers. The hideous horns cause blood loss, adding vibrant colors to the ongoing mayhem. What an awesome description. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to fight Ancient Dragon Lansseax. What we're going to do, though, is we are going to go... how do I want to do this exactly? Yeah, okay. So... in case you haven't done this yourself, let's go to Windmill Village. And from Windmill Village, we're going to follow the road. And this road is going to lead us to the Rampart side path, Side of Grace. So, I'm just going to follow this road. You do want to be careful because you will start getting attacked by catapults and trebuchets. So you want to cut to the right here. Just be mindful of the projectiles flying in your general direction. Once you reach here, you're pretty safe, though. Whoa! Dude, where did that just come from? That, honest to God, scared me. Dude, where did this thing come from? That scared the hell out of me. I didn't know this thing was even here. Okay. I know I tanked a lot of that, but whatever. Oh. The guy I killed turned into it. That's... okay. That still scared the hell out of me. Anyway, let's keep exploring these ruins. It's weird. These ruins don't have a name. Come on. Cool view, though. I respect the view. Man, I love Altus Plateau so much. It honestly gets me choked up. I can't get enough of this zone. Just the music, the lore, the look. It's just all perfect. Okay, continuing. Hello? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so you can hear a lightning storm in the distance. that should indicate to you that things are going to get real in a sec. So we can continue along this path, and then we will find a site of grace. Okay. All right, so this side of grace, this is the rampart side path side of grace right here. Okay. Right here. What I'm going to do real quick, though, is I'm going to come down here and see what's going on. There's a graveyard down here. Flowers? Yep. Anything else going on down here? Some wolves. Okay. Cool. All right, so it just overlooks these ruins. All right. Let's go fight the dragon. So, Ancient Dragon Lansseax, so we did encounter him before. I think it's a him, might be a her. I know that there's a sibling, but I don't know the gender. We have encountered them before, and if you did and you survived that fight and you made Lansseax run away, then what will end up happening is the damage that you dealt to the boss during that little encounter, I should actually go this way, during that little encounter will carry over. So the boss, when we fight it, shouldn't have full health. Keyword shouldn't. So once we reach this sort of general area, Lansseax will come flying down. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever been to this graveyard before. I always go the other way. Is there anything special in this graveyard? You just get a gnarly view of the outer wall. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, let's take this vent up, and then Lansseax will be there. So Lansseax comes flying in. There he is. I don't recommend fighting this one on horseback. You're better off just doing it manually. All right, so Lansseax can summon this lightning storm. You got to watch out for that. It's easily telegraphed, but the lightning does stick around. Be careful of that. It can summon a sword made of lightning, because why not? And then it will do like a back sweep scoop sort of thing. And then it also will slam down and do a rake of lightning. Ooh, yikes. Yeah. The big slam can be tough to avoid. It does have a wing buffet. If you get involved in that, it will basically just try to push you off of a cliff. just try to remember that move because you will fight... Ow. You will fight dragons later on that have similar moves on much more dangerous cliffs. What? Bad drink. You will fight bosses that on cliffs that are much more dangerous. Like if you fall, you die. On this one, you kind of have a lot of breathing room. You probably won't die. Oh, fire. I was expecting the sword. But yeah, if you get involved in the wing buffet, you can time your rolls accordingly and actually get through it, no problem. Whoa, where did the sword go, bro? You just like gave up on it. That was weird. There you go. No, you keep giving up. What's happening? Is your positioning? There you go. Great job. Whoa! Wow. That was cool. That was a sight to see right there. That was great. Anyway, yeah, I don't really recommend fighting this boss on Torrent. It's just not worth it in my opinion. It's got too much lightning going on, and Torrent isn't the best at dodging lightning. You're just kind of like, you're not immobile while on Torrent, obviously, but I don't know. In my opinion, it's just better to fight it on foot. Run towards its tail when it has a ground breath. It's basically like rules for dragons. Fighting dragons and you. Alright, don't get too close to the hero's grave over here, because there is something guarding it. How do I end up climbing a dragon? That's weird. Okay. That's Ancient Dragon Lansseax. When the boss goes down, you will get Lansseax's Glaive, which is a really, really cool incantation. Right, don't forget to come up here to get this item. Stone Sword Key. And we can fight this guy. Ooh, hello. What? How is that not a backstab? Oh, you have the sidestep thing. Okay. Hello? Rude. Cool. All right. Man, those horns, when those horns swell, it just gets me. It just gets me. All right. So like I said, there is somebody guarding this grave. So you need to be careful. If you found the painting in... if you found the painting located in the shaded castle, the solution is like right over here. It'd be right here. And the artist will appear, and then, you know, you can get the harp bow. Okay, so... there is a Black Knife assassin guarding this hero's grave here. Now, I don't think it's the kind that disappears. If it is, okay. I would be surprised if it was, though. Hello. Oof. Yikes. So, one of the major reasons I bought the Briar armor, Jesus Christ, was for Black Knife Assassin bosses. Because, if I could live for a second, please. Because it interrupts them. You just roll right into them, and it interrupts whatever they're doing. See what I mean? That's why they're so good. That's why this armor set, like, is awesome. It's, like, kind of cheap, but it, you know, it's nice. Oh my god, how is that not a backstab? You don't want to get hit by that. If you do, it slowly drains your health. I shouldn't even say slowly. It's aggressive, but it ticks down. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it just... Even though the enemy... Like, even though she was, like, mid-attack, it's still interrupted. It's just such strong armor for bosses like this. And there are several more Black Knife Assassin boss fights for you to do. Oh, Jesus, yep. See? There's the burn. It's like a bleed burn, almost. Yeah, there are several more Black Knife Assassins for you to kill in the game. So, using this armor, really, really helpful. But there you go. Cool. I think you get the weapon from that one. Yes, you get the Black Knife, which is a legendary armament. It is a dagger. Dagger once belonging to one of the assassins who murdered Godwin the Golden on the Night of Black Knives. A ritual performed on the oddly misshapen blade imbued it with the power of the stolen Rune of Death. So if you are a dagger user, have fun. That weapon will annoy a lot of people. Okay. All right, time to do the Sainted Hero's Grave. This place is pretty interesting. It introduces a new mechanic that gets used a couple times throughout the game. And this new mechanic is the Light of Rosis. So the Light of Rosis allows you... Excuse me. The Light of Rosis allows you to shine light in a particular place, and there will be enemies that are cloaked in shadow. You need to then bring these enemies into the Light of Rosis, and it will turn them normal, and you can actually deal damage to them. So that's going to be the quest here. All right. Starting off, we can drop in a stone sword key. Get ourselves a Crimson Seed Talisman. Crimson colored talisman patterned after an Erdtree seed. Boosts HP restoration. Erdtree was once perfect and eternal, and thus it was believed that Erdtree seeds could not exist. Chicken and egg situation there. Alright, always pay attention to your bloodstains. We got double summoners here, so I'm just going to rush them. What is the purpose of that? Weird. I knew that there was going to be one in here. I mean, typically where those summoners are, there's at least one of these things. Can you please die? Thank you so much. I killed it with the armor. I'm proud of that. It's always one of those freaking things. Okay. All right. So we have an imp here, but then we have this other one that we can't actually deal damage to. But if we were to bring it into the Light of Rosis, that happens. And we can go after it. So that's kind of the trick throughout this dungeon, is this light. Okay? So whenever you see shadow, you need to bring them to the light. And this is going to happen with a bunch of enemies throughout this dungeon. In fact, the vast majority of them is going to happen with. So let's rush these guys over to the light. Sometimes they're really annoying. There you go. Praise the light. Okay. Okay, just had to make sure. Good. All right, continuing on. All right, so visions of think carefully. The Lanedale soldier's ashes. Oh God, that scared the shit out of me. How did I let that happen to myself? Oh God, so much damage, so much damage, so much blood loss. I can't believe. I mean, I thought that there was going to need to be a flashlight there. I didn't think I was going to be collapsing floor, for God's sake. Jesus, what a disaster this is. Oh, my God, I almost got cooked. First off, stay calm. Yeah, great advice, bro. Oh, my God. That was scary. Okay. So, we're going to pull the lever and open the door. Alright, so pay close attention to the blades. Alright. You've done this before. You can ride them. And then jump off. Oh! That sucks. Probably gonna fall. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is... I'm actually getting tired. That's the problem. All right, chances are... Bro. The prompts are the worst. Dragon Crest Shield Talisman 1, nice. It's a really good talisman. Okay. Okay. We continue. I don't exactly want to be here. It's fine though. It's all good. All right. So this path here is interesting. So we did, you know, the extra path there, which is fine. Careful of your surroundings. As we get further and further in here, though, the hazards are going to get worse and worse and worse. I shouldn't say worse, just harder. Pretty sure there's one of those bell ringers on a horse rolling through here somewhere. Almost positive. Yep, there he is. Good old Briar armor. Briar armor comes correct, man. Whew. See you later. Drop it on him, baby. Love it. Gruesome. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to come in here. Okay? Climb this ladder, and then we're going to unfortunately have to fight one of those wretch things. Those unholy wretches. Okay. Yeah, you can see the smoke on the ground. That's indicative of what we're about to do. Luckily, you can attack it as it's coming out of the ground. That's helpful. Oh, great. That was clean as hell. All right. Okay. So now that we've done that, we can come over here, get this, and then we are now going to have an executioner. However, we can't actually fight it, and that's because it's cloaked in shadow. So you want to loot the room, and then what we're going to do is we're going to kite this guy out, okay? Just get him to follow you. He will follow you literally the whole time, okay? And you do need to kill this guy. If you don't kill this guy, then you can't end the dungeon. So just jump off, and then we're going to bring him with us. Careful of the blades, okay? Very careful of the blades. All right, we're going to bring him into this room. Once he hits the light. Buddy. My guy, come on. There you go, cross the threshold. It truly makes me wonder if there's one that I like am missing, but I don't know. There you go. Cool. Yeah, it makes me wonder if I'm missing one. Or if, like, there's a way to move this one. I can't be sure, though. I say it every time I fight these things. I love the sound of their weapon hitting the floor. It's so good. It's so strong. Anyway, once you do that, the door opens for the boss. Yeah, I don't know, like, what the proper solution is there. Truth be told, I have to imagine it's like, it has to do with that wretch room, maybe? I don't know. It confuses me a little. It truly does. Because, like, I don't exactly know what it could be, you know? Like, is there a switch somewhere that I've missed? Yeah, I don't know. It's strange to me. In any event, move on. I do wonder if there's just a light that I missed somewhere or something. I don't know. But killing that executioner opens the boss. Let me ride this and see if there's anything up there. I don't think there is. I mean, this hint doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, once you're ready to fight the boss, we can come in here. Who is the boss here? I don't actually know. Sainted. Ancient Hero of Zamor. Okay, not too bad of a boss. Whoa, hello. We've fought a few of these things before. Mostly the same. This one... It has some, like, quick attacks that you gotta look out for, but other than that, it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, that cold snap sucks. You can't really do too much to, like, counter it, you know? I love the big sweeping motions that this thing has, though. It's really cool. You really can't beat it. Yeah, once it starts backing away like crazy, starts doing that. You can go in on it. It doesn't do the explosions that some of the other ones do, but now everything it does has these big frost attacks. That zoom move, it's not necessarily new, but it can catch you off guard. Ugh. Yeah, so this one you want to get out of the way for. You'll typically fly out of that, but it's okay. Alright, that's the Ancient Hero of Zamor. And you get Ancient Dragonite Kristoff. So Ancient Dragonite Kristoff, I think this one actually speaks about Godfroy. Yeah. Spirit of Kristoff, an honorable knight of Leyndell, who was also a devout worshipper of ancient dragons. His skill strikes down foes with thunderbolts, the dragon's weapon of choice. After the first defense of Leyndell, Kristoff earned the hero's honor of Erdtree Burial for the feat of capturing Godfroy the Grafted, who means nothing. Okay, so that is the Sainted Hero's Grave. Pick up your root resin. All right, so we are basically done with Leyndell, Altus Plateau. We've completed everything, with the exception of a very important quest item that we will get later. I mentioned that in the beginning. But, in the spirit of cleaning things up, we are now going to go back to the Stranded Graveyard all the way back at the beginning of the game. If you've been watching this, if you've been watching this... Oh, I missed a comment by Brian Brubaker. My bad, dude. I'll respond to that. Anyway, if you recall, back in the beginning of the game, when we were creating our character, I mentioned, don't take the Stone Sword Key as a starting gift. It's a trap. The reason is because this place right here, this is the Fringefolk Hero's Grave. This is a hero grave. And it's hard. It's very hard. So, you don't want to fall into the trap of using your Stone Sword Key here. Although I guess it takes 2, so maybe it's not possible to do right away anymore. I feel like it only took 1 in the beginning. Originally. I don't know. Anyway, the reason being is because it is hard. So, now that we've leveled up a fair bit, we can actually get through this no problem. So, very important, you want to run through the swamp. You don't want to roll, otherwise it will coat you in poison. And then you want to sort of stop right here. So, there will be a chariot that comes up. If you look closely, though, you'll notice that it's like cracked and beat up. It's a very important thing to notice, okay? Welcome to the Fringefolk Hero's Grave. So, you can actually make it to the second alcove. But inside are more or less like Stormveil Knights, or the Banished Knights, okay? Even though they are ghosts, you only have to kill them once. They're not like, they don't respawn or anything. Okay? All right. So there are a couple ways to get through this dungeon. Most important thing, though, that I want to show you are these pots, okay? These pots are super important. And the reason being is because you can actually drop them. However, you kind of can't do it from here. And dropping them from here doesn't do anything because the chariot will never go down the ramp. It's just going to keep going back up. So what you want to do is you want to drop here. And then we are going to come over here. And the chariot will begin to chase us. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop here. Now down here is going to be a fair amount of imps. You got to be careful. Okay. Okay. You can hear the chariot going by overhead now, so it does eventually start chasing you, so you can't just like run down the ramps. You do have to be smart about it. Whoa. Oh, geez, that went far. So for this, just shoot it. We've done that a million times. Okay. There is an imp in this corner. All right. And then there are a couple imps in here as well. Yeah, one drops behind. Okay. Get some lightning grease. And we can continue on. Now, this room here, incredibly dangerous. That's because there are two grafted scions. There's one on that ceiling, and there's one on this ceiling. The item in the distance over there is a very important talisman. It's an Erdtree talisman. The Erdtree talisman gives you a decent stat boost, but you don't want to go for it right away. Instead, what you want to do is you want to immediately go for the grafted scion. If you stay close enough to this wall, the other one will not follow. However, maybe they patched it. I don't think they did, but anyway, we're just gonna go for it here. Oh, shit. They definitely patched it. That's okay. Erdtree's favor. That's going backwards. Okay. So Erdtree's favor is sort of like the ring of not the Ring of the Embraced. Lautrec's Ring, whatever that's called. Where is it? Raises maximum HP, stamina, and equip load. So, can we change this out? Yes, we can. Cool. So we get some decent upgrade from that. We no longer need to use the Arsenal Charm. And instead, we can kill the other grafted scion. Now, what I will tell you is that you don't have to do this. You do not have to do this. You don't have to do this. But it is guarding our escape. So what a lot of people do is they'll just run, get the Erdtree's favor, and just die. But that's not our style. We know how to kill these things. Great. Okay. So our exit is actually right here. Okay. So we're going to drop here, and then we're going to drop again. If we turn around, there's an elevator here. I will warn you, there is a banished knight waiting for us at the top of this elevator. And he has the power of the wind. So it's kind of like the banished knight that we fought... not Godric. Gostock locked us in with. Sort of like that, just with less armor. But we are powerful at this stage of the game, so we don't have to worry about him too much. Oh boy. Alright, he's dead. Alright. Cool. Recover a stone sword key. And now what we're going to do is we're going to drop the pots, okay? This is easier said than done. You do have to kind of time this. Just try to do it by sound. You unfortunately have 3 chances. Ugh, damn it. Try to do it as it's coming back up. Oh my god, dude, come on. Nice. Oh. Alright, that destroys the chariot. And then you get the Erdtree Great Bow and the Great Arrows. So, that chariot is permanently destroyed, which means you no longer have to worry about it. So, this dungeon freaks a lot of people out. A lot of people feel like you can't escape the chariot. It's true up until a point. But once you pass that point, you don't have to worry about it. So now we can roam the dungeon freely. But there are still a healthy amount of enemies in this dungeon. So it's not like totally over. And there is a boss. But it's an Erdtree avatar. We fought a million of those things before, so it's not anything to worry about. Oh my god. Alright. So unfortunately the ramps do get a little long in the tooth. But it's okay. Alright, so this Banished Knight is guarding... I forget what he's guarding. It might be a weapon. We can get some decent damage on him from the jump. I'm literally just mashing R1. I am not doing anything correctly. Dragon Communion Seal. So this seal allows us to deal more damage with dragon incantations. Okay. Formless Drakeblood Seal with the Dragon Communion Crest enhances Dragon Communion incantations. The sacrificial devouring of the heart gives power. Indeed, Dragon Communion is too primal in nature for the term incantation to be appropriate. This seal scales incantations with one's arcane attribute. Pretty cool. Alright, now we just go down the ramp. And then we can fight the boss. What I will tell you is that you can reach the boss safely. You just have to be really fast and basically like really smart. Like you gotta time everything almost perfectly in order to do it. Like you really only get like 1 or 2 chances. I don't know what this is about here. Anyway. And luckily, once you kind of reach down here, there is a Stake of Marika. And I think it's like pretty clear that given the given the enemies that are down here, it's intended to be done at some point near Stormvale. But if you don't start with a samurai, it's tough to get a bow and arrow by then, I think. And, like, you basically need one in order to drop the pots on the chariot. So that's why I leave it. Also, the talisman is nothing... It's good. It is good, but it's, like, it's not going to make or break your gameplay. You know, you're better off learning things and, like, learning how to play the game rather than relying on a talisman to do it. You know, it's basically like in Dark Souls. Like, you can get the Ring of Favor and Protection. That's the ring name. Oh, God. I recognize that way too late. You can get the Ring of Favor and Protection, sure, and it'll help. But once you take it off, it breaks, and you can't use it again until you get a new one, New Game Plus. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why rely on it? It takes up a ring slot from something that's actually valuable, or something that's actually like super, super useful. So that's the way I look at it. Not that Erdtree's Favor, does the same thing in this game. It certainly does not. It doesn't break when you leave it, or when you take it off. It doesn't. So I don't want to worry you, but to me, it's just like, okay, like there's better charms for me to use. Anyway, that's the boss. That's Fringefolk Hero's grave. That's the walkthrough. He had a Golden Seed and Banished Knight Oleg, who is a pretty good... he is a pretty good summon. What's really interesting is that this is like the only dungeon where you can like see the statues of death here and an actual sarcophagus. Pretty weird. But Oleg, one of 2 knights known as the Wings of the Storm. After his banishment, he attracted the notice of the grace-given Lord, and later, having slain 100 traitors as the Lord's hand, Oleg earned the hero's honor of Erdtree burial. So it's possible that Kristoff is the other one. Actually, no, Ingval is. Yeah. One of the 2 knights dubbed the Wings of the Storm. Despite his banishment, he rejected the invitation from the grace-given Lord, instead keeping watch over a masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a hero of the fringes. Where do you get Ingval? Murkwater Catacombs. What is the masterless castle near the Murkwater Catacombs? I don't know what that's referring to. Weird. Well, anyway, yeah, it's one of the very few that you can actually see a sarcophagus, like where the person was buried, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So, one thing that I want to point out is that, okay, so you start the game in the Chapel of Anticipation, right? And then from there, you die to the Grafted Scion, or you kill it and you die to the cliff. And then after that, you end up in the Fringefolk hero's grave. That's where you start the game, right? Like, you literally start in front of the Cave of Knowledge in the Stranded Graveyard. That's where you start. So you actually come out of one of these graves. To me, that means that maybe you're the Fringefolk hero, because all of these hero graves more or less have the same mausoleum-style building. This is the only one that you come out of. And if you, like, pay close attention to the architecture, it's basically like, okay, so you find one of these graves, right? You find the building, you open the door, you walk forward, you go into an elevator. You take the elevator pretty deep down, and then you walk forward, and then you start the dungeon. And it has chariots, it has a lot of obstacles, it has tough enemies, it has all the same items, like it has a grave glovewort, it has grave violet, it has those things to level up your ashes. But this is the only one that you do in reverse. I find that very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. And I think it means that you are the Fringefolk hero. Who knows? Just a thought. Just a little thought. Okay. So, let us go back to... let's go back to Roundtable. Can we level? Yeah, we're going to go to 25 endurance on this character. And then we'll start going back into Dex, because we're getting to the point where we're getting near our true weapon that we're looking for. Okay, so we are done with this part of the walkthrough. So we've done all of Gelmir, we've done all of Altus, and then what's next is the capital outskirts. Capital outskirts we can do all in one shot. I will warn you, though, the last boss that we fight during this walkthrough is going to be really annoying. It is that double Crucible Knight fight that I kept thinking we were going to run into. But after we do Capital Outskirts, we will gain access to Lanedale Capital City, or the Royal Capital, but we're going to stop. We will not go into Lanedale. Instead, what we will do is we will end the walkthrough after we do the capital outskirts. The next part will be Nokron. So not the next video, but the one after that. That will be Nokron. So we will finally go into the Mistwood Ruins, into the new area that was unlocked after we defeated General Radahn. The reason I wait so long to do this is because there's like some really special stuff down there, and it leads to seeing things in a bit of a different way, meaning you actually look at locations from different angles. And it's like really important to see where you're going. And I'm deliberately leaving it cryptic because there's just a lot of really cool things that you notice a second time around that I'm like really pleased to be able to point out to you. Maybe it's stuff that you've already noticed, but it's just cool nonetheless. Okay, but that's it for this part of the walkthrough. We'll leave it here, level 102, almost to 25 endurance, and we'll start doing more damage after that. But that's going to be it. All right, I want to give a thank you to my channel members. Hang on. All right, thank you very much to John Aldrich, Tammy Skinner, Hector J. Estrada, Joe Saunders, Daniel Cockriel, Brian Brubaker, Spencer Young, Charles Jan, Phoenix Loader, the one and only me123, Joshua S., Tiptoe Water 12, Jude Lazowski, B-Tide, The Old One, Good Luck, and Stu J. Mac 26. Thank you all very much for your channel memberships. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, you can do so in two different ways. You can click the blue join button below this video to become a channel member, or you can click the thanks button, which is the heart icon, also below this video, to leave a super thanks comment. Either are appreciated. You can find me on Twitter at SJCage, and you can also join my community Discord. The link for that is in the video description below. And as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.